What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 5 in the Grandmaster to Top 500 series. If you guys were wondering how to get better with your dice rolls, then check out Yellow, because he just won that 2-on-2 without losing a single troop. That's insane. It's really insane. So in this game, we've got two beginners who are Yellow and Blue. Yellow, like I said, has already got South America in his first turn, and it looks like Blue is going for Australia. So in this situation, my best option is to go for Europe. And the reason for that is I can already see that Yellow is expanding into North America. And being that he is in South America, he really only has two options. Either he expands into North America or he expands into Africa, because both of those continents are bordering South America. So just to avoid any potential conflict of interest with the Yellow player, my best option is just to go for Europe. If you guys are paying attention, then you can see in North America that the Blue player is actually piling up troops on Greenland. So if the Yellow player wants to ever go for North America, then he's going to have to go through Blue's 17 troops army. And that's going to be very painful for both of these players, because that's just going to make it where Blue and Yellow will start fighting with each other. And there's already a lot of tension mounting between Yellow and Blue, being that they have their two big armies next to each other. So that tension can only resolve itself in one of two ways. Either one of them backs off, like Blue moves his troops out and into Asia, or they actually end up attacking each other. And it looks like the second option ends up happening, because Yellow actually attacks Blue's big army. So the real question now is Blue going to let that happen? Is he just going to let him attack? Is he just going to let Yellow attack him? Or is he going to respond and attack him back? And yes, he's going to attack him back straight through into South America. So this is a really, really good situation for me, because I can just sit back and watch them like destroy each other while not having to get involved with the conflict between Yellow and Blue. I can just sit back and watch them go insane and attack each other back and forth, back and forth. If you guys were wondering why I haven't captured Europe yet, the main reason is I don't want to draw the attention away from Yellow and Blue by capturing the continent, because they might notice that I'm getting strong and then stop fighting with each other. So that's why I decided not to capture Europe right away. I just wanted to encourage the conflict between Blue and Yellow, because every time Yellow tries to capture a continent, the Blue player is going to invade him back. Like, as you can see, Yellow tries to capture Africa, but Yellow can't have Africa because the Blue player is right there with his army on the Middle East, lurking in waits to invade Yellow back into Africa. So if I was Yellow in this situation, the best move would be to actually just hunker down in South America and just not try to capture or expand into either Africa or North America, because his relations with the Blue player are not too good right now. Another thing that happens at this point is Blue finally accepts my alliance request, which I sent to him like in the very beginning of the game. And this is really good, because now Blue is pulling his troops out of Europe, so now I can capture it without wasting any troops on the Blue player. This also allows me to send him attack requests to attack the Yellow player. And we can see very clearly that the conflict between Yellow and Blue has not ended, because Blue continues to attack Yellow into Africa. And it's following this cycle where Yellow tries to expand and capture continents, and Blue doesn't allow him. So yellow finally learns his lesson and just tries to hold on to South America, but blue actually takes this time to invade yellow into South America. So even though yellow made the right decision of just not being super aggressive and expanding too much and just hunkering down into South America, the blue player still didn't allow him to do that. So if they continue at this rate, I will have more troops than both of them combined, and we'll be able to win this game if they continue attacking each other back and forth. However, the blue player actually invaded me into Europe, but I realized that this is my opportunity to win the game because I can actually take out the yellow player and get his cards, because I will actually be able to hold both of the Americas. I saw that blue left his army on Siam, which means that he won't be able to use those troops in order to invade me into my continents. So I can make use of that fact and just hold on to both of the Americas. And pretty soon, I will also be able to hold on to Europe as well as Africa by using the 4 continents endgame strategy and only having to guard 3 borders while holding 4 continents. So that's super OP. And I will be able to get at least 24 troops per turn, and that's more than enough to take down the blue player. In fact, blue actually ends up quitting out of the game pretty soon because he realizes that he can't deal with this. As you can see, he goes inactive right there. And it's only a few more turns after that when I can finally take out blue and win this game. So my rank is now at 2000, which is actually pretty low. So I decided to do a second game. So in this video we got 2 different games. And in this second game, we've got 2 players who are yellow and purple. Yellow is a novice ranked player and purple is a beginner. And the blue player fails to ready up, so he was replaced by a bot, an expert difficulty AI. So in this situation, my best option is to go for South America, seeing that yellow was going for Australia because he's piling up his troops on Siam. And purple has his troops in Asia, so he could go for he could either go for Europe or Africa. But I have some troops in Africa, so that's gonna kind of discourage him from going for Africa. He could also potentially fight with yellow for Australia. That would be his worst option, because that would just give me the victory very easily. But that's also an option. But his safest option and the smartest thing that he could do would be to go for Europe, and that's what it looks like he's going for. Another thing that's really nice about this situation is that yellow, if he wants to go for Australia, would need to go through the bot's army because the bot already has Australia. And if yellow wants to capture it, he's going to have to waste a lot of troops on the bot. So I have an early advantage over the human players because I'm able to hold South America and get +5 troops, while yellow and purple are only getting +3 troops per turn. So technically I'm not getting more troops than both of them combined, but I still have that early advantage over the rest of the human players. However, once the purple player captures Europe, he will start getting more troops than me, and which is why I decided to start expanding and trying to capture Africa. Because once I capture Africa, then I will be getting the same number of troops as the purple player. So that was my strategy to try to balance out the purple player once he captures Europe, which he's doing right now. So now he's going to get +5 troops per turn. So in the next turn, I will finally take over Africa. Something that's unfortunate in this situation is that yellow actually attacked one of my territories in Africa instead of attacking one of purple's territories in Asia, which he totally could have done. So I decided to not capture Africa right away and try to actually build up a much better defense of the continent. And it's at this moment that yellow finally takes over Australia. And he didn't actually lose that many troops. He only lost like 5 or 6 troops trying to take over Australia. So that was a really nice blitz roll for him. And that just comes to show the power of balanced blitz dice rolls. And it looks like my alliance with the purple player is really strong at this point, because purple could totally attack me into Africa, but he is choosing not to. So that's a really good bonus in this situation. So I'm really limited on my options. I could try to go for North America, but the bot is occupying North America, and I would have to waste a lot of troops if I wanted to do that. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, the yellow player decided to invade me, just because I wasn't really guarding it too well. So I didn't lose that many troops, but he did end up invading me. And that's why I decided to guard my borders against yellow a lot more than I was doing before. So hopefully this prevents yellow from invading me. So far, he hasn't tried to invade me, and it looks like he's actually trying to go for Asia, because he's building up an army on Kamchatka, and if he pulls his army out from Siam, then he could potentially go for Asia. And that's what it looks like, that's what he's doing, because he just moved his army onto India, which is perfectly set up to go for Asia. I was afraid that he might try to invade me, which is why I matched purple's border and then built up a really big army on East Africa, just to try to prevent yellow from trying to attack me. But in this situation, yellow makes the mistake of trying to take out blue when he didn't have enough troops to take out blue, and he fails miserably trying to take out the blue player. So basically, he just gifted me 3 free cards. I'll take those cards any day of the week. Thank you very much, yellow. So now that blue is gone from the game, I can actually potentially go for North America. But it was at this point where I got super nervous, because I saw yellow was going my way, and I thought he was going to attack me. But he does end up attacking me, but he does actually end up attacking purple more than he attacked me. He attacks purple's big 18 troops army. And this makes purple really mad, to the point where he actually takes over all of Australia. And now the yellow player is almost finished. If I was yellow in this situation, I would start building up an army in Asia or in North America, and then just trying to survive. Just getting one territory a turn, and then building up by trading in sets turn after turn. But instead of doing that and playing it safe, yellow continues to invade purple into Europe. And that just basically ensures that the yellow player will be taken out of the game. So it's at this point where I realized that I can actually take out yellow, and while doing that on the same turn, I can blitz purple's big armies, because I will have an advantage on these bigger blitz rolls against purple, and that will make it so that I can actually win this game. So there goes yellow. I can get his cards and trade in a set, and then you're going to see the extreme power of balanced blitz dice rolls. Beginning with the 27, I took it out with only losing 15 troops. That's crazy. And then you can see I start attacking the 25 with the 15. It's always a smart decision to attack with your biggest of the smallest armies, if that makes sense. You always want to attack with your biggest army first, because that gives you the best advantage on the attacks. With this victory, I got to rank 1500. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of these multiple gameplays. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.